I'm Jenny from Nerdcore Unlimited. So we're all basically familiar with the Rubik's Cube. And just in case you've never personally played with one, you've probably seen them in TVs, movies, or at least had a friend who has had one. But just in case you're completely clueless as to what they are, basically they're these tiny toy puzzles that in the shape of a cube. And they're pretty dang hard to solve. Very few people have solved them, and for good reason. They are pretty tricky. But there are the few who have solved them. There are even fewer who compete professionally at them. Today we're going to be talking to Feliks Zemdegs, who competes professionally at solving Rubik's Cubes, who has times ranging from 7 to 8 seconds to solve them. Hi, Feliks.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. How are you feeling?
Very, very good, thanks.
Okay, well, I'd just like to start off the interview by saying thank you so much for doing this. This is awesome.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Okay, so your last name real quick. So it's Zemdegs, correct?
Zemdegs.
Zemdegs. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to ask because
just how it looks, yeah.
Yeah. Because I have a very similar problem with my last name. It's Yokobori, and I get all kinds of weird variations, so I had to ask, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and so since you have like a more of a complicated last name, does that ever come up as a problem during competitions? Like they'll call like Feliks like zebras, Feliks.
No, that doesn't really happen. They just say Feliks, just come up.
Feliks, oh, okay, Feliks.
Yeah.
Okay, and so how did you start with the Rubik's Cube? Because this is not really like a normal like run-of-the-day hobby. Like it's really like awesome and it's like really impressive. But like you don't come across like many people who do this like competitively. So how exactly did this start?
This started when I was 12, and I saw on YouTube like there was some YouTube awards for 2007 or something like that, and the best instructional video was how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And so I'd always been curious. I'd played with one before. I'd been curious, how could anyone do that? So then I looked at the tutorial, bought a cube, and solved it along with that, and then it just progressed from there. Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. And so was there sort of like a learning curve, like when you first started out, you're like, this is impossible, I can't possibly do this? Or is it just sort of like from the get-go, like really just easy for you?
Solving it with the tutorial the first time took about 1 to 2 hours.
Okay.
And then, gradual progression, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at, like, I have a cube right here, and this is insane to me. Like, I have been working on this for a while, and I can't even look at this thing.
Yeah. Well, the way, like, I noticed, like, gradually, the way I look at it sort of changes. Like, when I didn't know how to solve it or anything, I'd just do sort of random moves and try to match colors up and stuff like that. But the way I look at it now is completely different, yeah.
Yeah. And so, okay, I actually want to talk to you about that, because from what I've gathered online is that there's a lot of algorithms, like things that help you solve them that way. And do you go by that method, or are there just like certain turns and things like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of sort of algorithms involved with solving it. So essentially how I do it is, there's 3 layers on a cube.
Yeah.
And I pretty much solve the first 2 layers by building blocks and doing it intuitively. And then for the last layer, I have to use 2 algorithms. Okay,
so with the algorithms, like, has that helped you a lot in school? Because I know you're in college now.
Yeah.
And so like, are you just, like, way ahead of everyone else? Like, in math class, like, the teacher will ask a question and everyone will just be stumped and you'll be like, I got this. I know this.
Oh, no. I don't think they relate too much, maths and the cube, in terms of solving it. Obviously, there's some sort of maths behind the cube and stuff like that, but you don't need to be good at math to solve the cube or anything, no.
And so, since you started solving these cubes, has this like helped you a lot? Has this become a skill that you can apply in everyday life that sort of helped you with a few things that you wouldn't expect it to? Like, are you suddenly better at like mowing the lawn because you're good at solving the Rubik's Cube, or like you're excellent at Sudoku?
No, not really that much. It's a pretty unique thing. Maybe some things like, pattern recognition and spatial recognition, stuff like that, but aside from that, there's nothing too specific that it can be, applied to other things, yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what it's like to be inside of a Rubik's Cube competition. Like, what's the atmosphere there?
It's generally, really friendly. It's a really good sort of community. It's, at a standard competition, where I live in Melbourne, there'd be maybe 50, 60 competitors, and a lot of them are younger kids there, with their parents and stuff like that. and they're all just having fun, competing. And when they're not competing, they're all just talking to each other, playing with cubes together. So yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
And so, have you traveled at all because of the Rubik's Cube Championships or like any of the competitions?
Yeah. So I've been to New Zealand twice, Thailand twice, and last year to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, that's where I am.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yep, it's very hot.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay, so out of those like few countries that you traveled in, what would you say is the coolest place that you've been?
It's good. I think Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool there. Yeah, Thailand is also really cool. They're both really hot.
Yeah, they're both very hot.
Yeah.
I can't speak personally for experience with Thailand, but I know Nevada is really, really hot.
Yeah. So there's a lot of indoor stuff.
Okay, so on a lot of other sports that you see, like in baseball or football or even like wrestling, when there's two like head honchos in the competition, you'll often see the like butting heads and like they'll be like trash talking beforehand. And I know that there's one of the other person that kept coming across when I was researching this was Matt Golf from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And so is there like a rivalry there? Like do you guys like do like trash talking sessions beforehand where you're like, there's no way you got this, like I'm the top dog?
No, I wouldn't do that. No. It's all friendly rivalry. Friends with pretty much most of the top, people. So we all sort of know each other, either from the internet or we've met each other. So yeah, it's all friendly.
And so do you talk to them in like your downtime? Like do you ever like just talk to like Matt's on the like the side?
Oh yeah. All the time. Yeah, at competitions, that's for sure. Yeah. Like when you're waiting, when you're doing a round of 5 souls, you get 1 soul, then you might have to go back to the waiting area for a couple of minutes, and then go back and stuff like that. So yeah, you just chat to everyone. Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm going to go back to the whole like school topic as far as the Rubik's Cube go. And so you're in college now, and so did this help you at all to get into college? Because I imagine like this is a very unique skill and something that's really, really cool and unique about you. And so going into like schooling and things like that, when you're like writing applications, did you say something like, oh yeah, one of my special skills is that I'm really excellent at Rubik's Cube solving?
Well, actually, in Australia, it's a bit different to the US college system. Pretty much in Australia, you only just get in, you just apply for university, college. It's just on your high school exam results, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not, you don't need to write applications or anything like that. There's there's a few like that, but for the majority, it's all just your exam results. So that didn't come into play there, but I'm sure if I was in the US, that would have been handy, yeah. A skill like that, yeah.
So that definitely would have given you an edge. Okay. So another thing that I could see that's giving you an edge is so I've got to ask, do you ever use this as like a pickup line, like when you're going to like look for girls or like anyone and you're like, hey baby, so you know what's cool about me? Really good with my hands.
Yeah.
Have you ever used that as a pickup line?
No. I think that'd be a bit like show-offy. But it's if I'm somewhere and I get to know someone, talking, chatting, stuff like that, and then someone else brings it up after I've gotten to know someone, then that's handy. But otherwise, no, because if I bring it up myself, that seems a bit douchey.
So you're just a bit like pompous, like you're the Rubik's Cube like buff like jock guy. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't do that. No.
But like if there was like someone that you like really really liked and and they were just sort of sitting there like struggling with a cube, you just like reach over and you're like, well, what was that? Dinner tonight?
Maybe. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so another thing I have to ask is that because I was watching the videos of you solving them, which are incredibly impressive. Like I couldn't even keep up. Like it felt like I blinked and then you were already done. Like it was incredible. But yeah, so when I saw that, the cubes were just going very very fast, and they were like seemed like they moved very easily, whereas mine like there's a little bit of resistance. And so like do you just have like good hand strength, or do you have to do like practices to get them that way? Like do you have to do any like things to get you ready for competition?
No, you just have to buy the goods, the speed cubes, as they say.
Okay,
so
speed cubes.
There's a bunch of companies that make cubes, specifically designed for speed cubing, stuff like that. So they're the ones that they turn easier, they turn faster. Yeah, so I use those.
Okay, that's very cool. Okay. So so just like any other sport, you have to get like special equipment. I didn't know that. That's really awesome.
Yeah. And they're way cheaper than the ones that you get in stores and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you obviously love Rubik's cubes and things like this, but as like a kid, did you have like any other favorite toys? Like, were you like specifically fond of like Hot Wheels or anything like that?
Not really. Not that I can think of, to be honest. I wasn't into the cars or Hot Wheels, as you said. I don't know. I generally liked puzzles, but I was not, particularly good at them. Like I wouldn't, you hear of some people when they're starting to, learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube, they figure, half of it out by themselves, and they develop the method themselves. Whereas I just learned it off YouTube. So I sort of cheated in that sense, but no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about any puzzles when I was little. Yeah.
Okay, another thing I noticed watching the videos is that you guys use the speed stack maps as far as the timers go. And so have you ever dabbled in that, the speed stacks at all? Because I remember when I was a little bit younger, I was really into speed stacks. I wasn't very good, mind you, but I really enjoyed that. So have you ever really dabbled in speed stacks at all?
No, I haven't done that. I've seen, obviously seen heaps of videos of it on YouTube and stuff like that. It's pretty impressive when they do it really, really quickly, yeah. But no, I haven't done that. I think the main reason they use the maps and timers is just because they're already available. Like we don't need to make our own new timer or stuff like that. And it's perfect for what we're doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and another thing I have to ask is, do you ever get recognized? Like, because you're a bit of a minor celebrity. Because like I went on Facebook and like you have your own like fan page and everything, and like there's like 500 likes, and so like you obviously have some fans out there. So do you ever like walk around and people are like, hey, you're Felix?
I think it's happened. Well, obviously at Rubik's competition, Rubik's Cube competitions, generally people know who all the fast people are and stuff like that. But aside from that, elsewhere, a couple of times already at university, I've had like 2 people recognize me. Like I was in a lecture with a friend, and then my friend knew the guy sitting next to me or something. So they start chatting, and then the guy next to me just pulls out a Rubik's Cube and is like, I know who you are, can you just solve this? And that was pretty neat, yeah.
That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, I guess.
And so have you ever signed any autographs or anything like that? Like, have you ever signed a cube?
Yeah, I've signed heaps and heaps of cubes, yeah.
That's cool. Yes, okay, so do you ever have to like just sort of like take a break from solving like a specific cube, or have you ever had like a cube that has really like stumped you?
I'm not sure what you mean, like a solve, like I've had to take a break because I can't solve it or something.
Yeah, exactly, like you, like at least in the beginning where like you were trying to like solve a cube, or like in your younger years where you're like, you just were looking at this and you just kept turning it and twisting it and trying to figure it out and just it's no avail, so you just sort of like sit down for a while. Yeah,
I'm sure that happened, plenty of times when I was younger and had no clue how to do it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so, so have you ever earned any like strange nicknames from this skill? Because like I've earned some weird nicknames just for like the tiniest little like thing that has happened. Like I sneezed once in class and suddenly I'm sneezy. So like,
a couple of people in high school called me Cube. Like only a couple of people, but generally it's just Felix. Yeah.
And so in school, like, did pretty much like your entire high school know about like what you were doing and like how like successful you were as far as Rubik's Cube went, or was it sort of like an undercover thing? Yeah,
no, it was generally everyone knew. It's sort of just, I don't know, word spread around, I guess. Yeah, and stuff like on TV and in the media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Spreads the word. Yeah.
Okay, and so I noticed that you also did a Reddit interview where you did a Reddit response. So can you explain what that was like to me?
Yeah, so that was nearly 1.5 years ago or something like that. But a few people had requested that I do it just because of the novelty factor, I guess. So yeah, I did that, and I spent a lot of the day actually just on the computer, just answering questions because it was like in summer holidays and it was really hot outside and I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just did that. And I stayed active on it for a long time. So that was pretty neat, yeah.
It was very cool. Yeah, like I imagine like it'd just be like a lot of just like typing, like waiting. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, a lot of that, yeah.
Okay, have you ever gotten like a Rubik's Cube related injury? Because I know like a lot of the professional gamers that play like StarCraft and things like that, they get carpal tunnel. So like, have you ever like found something like just that, or like have you gotten like something like stuck on your fingernail or anything related to that?
No, I haven't had carpal tunnel or anything like that, but I've heard of like a couple of people, like it's really rare, but a couple of people, have had to, take a break or something because they got RSI or something like that. I haven't had anything like that. I've broken my wrist in the past, but that wasn't to do with cubing.
Not related, so like nothing, not like extreme cubing accident happened and just like your wrist just snapped.
That was just, I just fell, planted my hand wrong. So that set me back a couple of months, but no, nothing like that. No.
Okay. Yeah. So what's in the future for Feliks Zemdegs?
Good question. I've got really no idea what I want to do as a sort of career. In terms of short term, this year I'm going to the US Nationals Rubik's Cube competition in New York. Or New Jersey, but it's just across the river from Manhattan. Yeah. So I'm going there this year. A few other competitions in Melbourne and stuff like that. But long term, I've got no idea. Obviously, I want to keep cubing for as long as possible. Even if I get slower, people overtake me or whatever, stuff like that. I'll still go to all the world championships just because I would go there even if I wasn't competing, just see everyone. Yeah.
So do you ever like see yourself like in the future like as an 80-year-old guy and like you have a Rubik's Cube and people are like, come on, Feliks, you gotta go, and you're like, nope, just gotta keep going.
Yeah, I reckon that'll be it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think you could show us a little bit of your skill right now?
Yeah, no worries. I'll mess it up.
Okay, let's see.
I'll throw it in the air just so it's not cheating. Messed up?
Yeah, messed up. Very good. Thoroughly messed up. Okay, and 1, 2.
Oh, I haven't stopped yet. Oh,
okay.
I'll time it. Do you want me to time it with timer?
Oh yeah, you got the timer and everything. Very cool.
You can go.
Okay. Very cool.
All right.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Very, very slow one. 11.
That's slow?
My hands are cold.
Okay, so your idea of slow is very different from my idea of slow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a round of applause. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, and so a lot of Rubik's Cube in the future. Okay, wait. So, one quick thing. Okay, so I'm gonna challenge you real quick. So I have this little guy. I'm working on this one for a few months now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to challenge you real quick. See how fast I can solve this, okay?
Okay.
Okay, ready? Just give me like a countdown.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
I solved it.
Brilliant.
I solved it.
That's brilliant. Yep.
So look for me at the next competition. I'm going to take your title, and because I can solve it in less than a second.
Yeah. What was the exact time in that one?
0 seconds. I broke the space-time continuum solving it, actually.
Good job.
Yes. Yes. So, Feliks, I'd like to thank you again for this awesome interview. It's been a great time getting to know you. Thoroughly enjoyable. Thank you so much for taking your time out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No worries. No worries at all. Happy to do it. Yeah.
So thank you so much. Hopefully I'll talk to you in the future. And yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Cool. No worries. Good stuff.
Bye.
All right. See ya.